ones today on another episode of Real Talk TV, where I got an interesting video to show y'all. Ooh, this is a wild one. If you're an organ donor, you might want to listen in. But before I get into that, I'm gonna need you to hit that like button, hit that subscribes, come on into the channel, leave a comment down below on what y'all think this is. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into this. Now, I found this post on this channel, on this Twitter page, Casey Lene. All right, and this doctor right here, I've looked him up. All right, this dude here, Dr. Byrne, he is the founder of Prenatal medicine. All right, and he has a little thing to say about the origins of organ transplants. Okay, but like he's one of us. All right, he's one of us. Dr. Byrne is a steadfast pro-life advocate and supporter of American Life League. His knowledge and guidance shaped all the American Life League's policies on euthanasia and brain death. All right, so he knows what he's talking about. All right, just listen.
Committee at Harvard, and the committee invented brain death. The committee did not do studies on dogs or cats or rats. They didn't collect data on human beings. They just invented brain death, and they had no patient data. They had no basic science studies, and I know it's really awful when you know about it. And
no scientific studies, no tests, no nothing. They just invented brain death. All right, just keep listening.
It doesn't get better. It keeps getting worse after that. Then a lot of people think that brain death means flat brain waves.
This is very important.
They're not even required to do brainwave testing. Nope.
What do you mean you're not? So what do you mean you're not allowed to do brainwave testing? Aren't you supposed to test? Don't you want to test to see if the brain is actually active before claiming that they're brain dead? Interesting. Keep going, Doc. Keep going.
The way they did that, they studied 9 patients, and 2 of the 9 still had brainwave activity. And then they concluded no longer is it necessary to look at brainwaves, so it's not required to look for brainwave activity.
That's important because it doesn't go along with their narrative of what brain dead actually means. You know what I'm saying? So because now they know that some people will live after they claim, they're brain dead. They're brain dead. How do you know if you didn't test? How do you know that? Keep going, Doc. Keep going.
So when they're doing the transplantation on people they say are brain dead, they're never going to. They're all alive and completely recoverable.
They're all alive. You cannot.
So they're harvesting organs out of people who are in some way conscious.
And that's important. What's a more valuable organ? One that you know that works, or one that comes from a dead person? Which one do you want more? Which one will be more valuable? They are harvesting people. They are harvesting people. They're not doing this test to see if they're actually brain dead. Let me be quiet.
They just can't communicate.
It's one thing not to demonstrate consciousness, and then we use words like unconscious. But unconscious does not mean that there's no consciousness. It just means that we do not observe consciousness.
You see the semantic game? They're covering for their own asses. You see what I'm saying? Oh, well, he's unconscious. So when they say he's unconscious, then they don't have to test for brain activity. Oh, because he's unconscious. He's already, he's unconscious. You see? Because they want these healthy organs that are pumping, that are active. They want that. not one that's not working anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because from a dead person, you can use those, but the more valuable ones are the ones that are alive and working and functioning.
And there's a difference. So
it's like subjective.
right.
Yes,
And
it's subjective.
Whether a person shows consciousness or not does not indicate whether they're alive or dead.
Gotcha.
The pain is one of those things that's real.
Here we go. This is the most powerful point that he's about to make right here.
And we should pay attention to it. But pain is the way that the body knows that something's wrong, and it's a way that healing is just because a person can't demonstrate pain doesn't mean they don't have pain. You know, a very good example of that is they give paralyzing agents when they take the organs so that they don't move and they don't squirm.
They are harvesting people. So whenever you hear about, so here's the thing. What about all those missing children that go missing every year? Knowing this information right here, the doc is laying it all out for us. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just giving my 2 cents. You know what I'm saying? So let me get this right. They don't test for brainwave activity when they declare that when they say that you're brain dead. They use semantic games like unconscious to say that there's no consciousness when they haven't even tested to see if there is. And they're giving paralyzing agents so that you don't squirm when you take the organs from you. It's almost as if they know you're alive. They know you're alive. So when they get these organs from you, oh, well, it was a dead person we got these organs from. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. You know that it wasn't, and you didn't test that if it was. To say if it was. I'm telling y'all, they want those healthy organs, the ones that they know are pumping from a live person, under the guise of, oh, well, they were brain dead and unconscious, and they didn't show no sign of activity. Well, that's because you fucking poisoned them. Keep going, Doc.
And even if they don't move and don't squirm, when they cut on them, their heart rate goes up and their blood pressure goes up, which is the response to pain. But they can't demonstrate that they have pain
because they're paralyzed.
And if you can't demonstrate that you are having pain, and they haven't tested to see if you're brain dead, and they've said that you're unconscious, who's to say you're not dead?
Medically paralyze them, so they can't respond by.
Right.
Oh, that's horrible. Horrible.
And it gets really bad if you pay attention to it.
The doc is laying it all out of what's really going on. I'm telling y'all, if you're an organ donor, you may want to rethink that decision.
So, in any event, they invented brain death mainly to get organs, but then also so they don't waste money on treating people who aren't ever going to get a job, who are just going to live and not die. And so see what brain death is, it's primarily a way to get organs.
Told y'all. Look, they want those organs. I'm showing y'all this video because I saw it, and I'm like, what? Wait, did he say what I think he said? Is this? And it started to click. I'm like, what's a more beneficial heart? The one that's beaten currently, or the one that you have to restart to beat? And just transplant it. But then here's the thing: how did you get a beating heart if from a dead person? You didn't. They're not dead.
get the clergy and the people in pastoral care to get involved. And then in organ transplants, they have a designated requester, and a designated requester is usually a very nice person who dresses nice and befriends the relatives. Can I get you a cup of coffee?
Sounds almost like a demon to me, but that's me.
Oh, I know this has to be terrible on you. We'll do everything we can to help you. And all of that is part of getting them indoctrinated
procurement
to get their organs. And
I need to go take a shower.
see, and you cannot get any organs from a cadaver.
Exactly.
Every organ that's transplanted is a healthy organ, and you can only get healthy organs from living persons.
Exactly.
You cannot get any organs for transplant from a cadaver.
That's why you don't put it on your license.
And the things I'm telling you is that you are not allowed to hear. And
Thank you, Doc, for telling us this. Thank you, Doc, because people need to know what's really going on. Because if they're doing these practices to people who have signed up to be an organ donor and deceiving and hoodwinking them into believe, oh, well, it's for a good cause. No, they're harvesting you. Who's to say they're not, abducting people, children, from these parks that just go missing? I'm sorry, no one just goes missing, all right? You don't just vanish. Something happened, okay, to those children. But that's another story. But it pertains to this because there's a reason why they haven't been found. This doc has given us all the information we need to know right here.
because if you hear it, you will be upset, as all three of you are upset, and rightly so. You should be upset because whose organs do they want? They want the organs from certainly from all children, but especially the people who are 16 to 30, and they're.
I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all, the missing children in the forests, in the parks, the border, with all the children coming across. Because if you don't think there's human trafficking going on, you're crazy. It's all for a reason. It's all for a reason. And he just laid it out of how they're harvesting organs, what they do to harvest organs from people. They want the children's organs, and primarily between 16 and 30. It's almost like they're looking at people almost like cattle. Come on, man. Y'all better wake up.
Their life is in jeopardy. If they're unconscious and on a ventilator, they're going to get their organs. And
exactly, unconscious on a ventilator. Something happens. Oh, you get hit in the head or something. You fall and stumble. Boom, hit your head. Now you're unconscious. You're on the ventilator. If you're signed up to be an organ donor, that brings up another story that I know y'all have heard of. Remember the father who barricaded himself in the room with his son that they claimed was brain dead, and he knew, he had a feeling, he had this instinct that his son wasn't really dead. And then he went on to serve a sentence because of what he did. But later on that same day, his son grabs his hand, and then his son made a full recovery. They was trying to get his son too. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Here it is. See, dad who saved son life by armed 3-hour hospital standoff is freed from prison. Doctors wrongly told family that George was brain dead and had no hope of recovery. Both George's mother and brother agreed to take him off life support and donate organs. They did the switch. They did the dipsy do flipperoo. They tried to hoodwink. They hoodwinked the brother and the mother into it, but the dad wasn't going for it. The dad wasn't going for it. Houston, Texas. Houston. 2015. George Pickering III suffered a massive stroke in that last January. Doctors diagnosed the 27. What did he say? What did the doctor say that was the prime target range? 16 to 30. 27-year-old as brain dead, and the hospital ordered his life support progressively shut off and a fatal procedure they call terminal wean. But George's dad, George II, felt in his gut that his son could make it. Despite the terminal prognosis, his son just needed more time. But they wanted to hurry up. They wanted to get his Nevertheless, doctors told the family that George had no hope of recovery. Both George's mother and brother agreed to take George off life support. Hospital staff even notified an organ donation organization that George's organs would be imminently available. But didn't the doctors just say you can't get organs from a cadaver? He's still alive, but he's brain dead. That's when George's father did something dangerous and illegal, which saved the life of his son. All right. They're claiming that he's brain dead just so they can get the organs from his son. That's what was really going on. Okay. So when the doc is saying, hey, they're classifying people as brain dead because they want the organs. They want their organs. That's what they want. So if you got family members that's brain dead, hey, watch them close. Watch them close. And if you're an organ donor, you might want to look into that.
They do everything to get the organs. Once the organs are taken, you can't bring them back to life, and so what they do is they tell the relatives, well, you know, your daughter Sally would really like to do something good, and this is a way to make something good out of this tragedy, or your son, and while they have been getting organs from accidents and gunshot wounds, they now get more organs from overdose of drugs.
Makes you think, why are they allowing all of this fentanyl to come across? Makes you wonder, don't it?
Than they do from accidents and gunshot wounds combined. There are 8 deaths a day from overdose in Ohio, and they get their organs is what they want, and so what are they?
Let's legalize drug dens, safe shoot up sites, shoot up kits with clean needles. Here, give yourself these drugs. Here, let's give you a safe place to get these drugs in you so you die, and we can harvest your organs. You better wake up, people.
They're giving the policemen the Narcan to counteract the drug, which gets them into the emergency room, but it doesn't save their life. It gets them in the emergency room, and they still get their organs.
It's all a plan. It's all a plan. Oh, we're going to give them these drugs, but hey, we got to find a way to get them into the emergency room so that we can get their organs. So we don't want to go out and just get them off the street, because then that's going to look too obvious. Here, let's give the police Narcan to counteract the drug long enough so we can get them into the emergency room to help them. Yeah, they're getting helped all right.
And so...
It's so diabolically disgusting.
Oh, it really is. See, it's so bad.
Wake up, people. Wake up. There's a reason why I'm not an organ donor on my license. You're not getting me. No. No, 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 no. They're harvesting organs from people. This has been a plan. And like I say, he's not unknown to this. Okay? He's played all important role in development and of study on euthanasia. Dr. Byrne saw a need for another organization focusing on attention on end-of-life issues. This is what he does. So when he's given all of this information, he knows what he's talking about. And like I told you in the example before with the dad barricading himself for his son. Watch yourselves with these doctors. They're butchers. Now, you got some good doctors and surgeons and nurses out here. You know what I'm saying? That's actually trying to help people. Don't get me wrong. But there is a dark side to the medical field. As we've seen, Pfizer, Fauci, WHO, WEF. Yeah, we see where the medical field can go awry. But hey, like I said, wake up, people. Y'all better wake up. Now, I know some of y'all know. Some of y'all know. We got to spread the message. We got to spread the word. So, hey, let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments down below. This your boy, and I'm out. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.